Well, Secret Invasion show is now on Disney Plus, and it's a mostly centered around Nick Fury. I haven't watched the show yet, but it seems like it's a Nick Fury show. So, it seems like the perfect time to go back to another old Marvel failed pilot. This time, the time when they tried to make a Nick Fury show, this time starring Knight Rider star and Baywatch star David Hasselhoff as the S.H.I.E.I.D agent.
I'll get that vampire's blood if I have to suck it from her neck.
The plans to create a Nick Fury show was originally a live-action movie back when, I guess like Marvel was still made by New World Entertainment. They also made the Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie. And it was written by David S. Goyer, who has written the Blade trilogy, the Dark Knight trilogy, Man of Steel, BVS. He's written mostly comic book stuff, and I like some of his stuff. I love the Dark Knight trilogy, and then I don't really like most of the stuff he's done, like Terminator Dark Fate. But this one, actually, I was going to really go on a bit of a lecture on David S. Goyer's writing in this, when I found out that he didn't write this at all. This was written by other people.
Let us rock and let us roll!
So Goyer was not enthusiastic about the casting of David Hasselhoff, but in hindsight said Hasselhoff turned out to be the best thing in it. He got the joke, the script was meant to be very tongue-in-cheek, and Hasselhoff understood that. And Goyer described the film overall as pretty mediocre, which it's a pretty good representation of what this movie is. So the movie is about Nick Fury as a retired agent who works in a mine, who gets called back after an old organization comes back to threaten the world, Hydra, and it's the daughter of Baron Wolfgang von Strucker, who basically who's come back, her and her brother, to spread this virus around the world, and they break into basically a S.H.I.E.I.D hangar and they kill agents, and they break Baron Wolfgang von Strucker out, and that's when Nick Fury gets called back. And this is, you kind of get a little setup of the show, the characters, the Dum Dum Dugan, who is not a redhead in this, and there's a clone replica of Nick Fury, because that really looks like David Hasselhoff. And it's basically Nick Fury trying to stop this organization and reconnect with a character called Contessa Valentine Algaria de Fontaine, who I guess they had a romance during the Cold War back in the 80s. And they're joined by Alexander Pierce, who is British for some reason, and not the secretary.
I'm pleased to inform you that your intelligent priority code has been reactivated. They've asked you to resume your post as S.H.I.E.I.D's public director, effective immediately.
Of state. I don't know why he's British in this. It's a little weird. But and they're also on the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier, which I gotta say looks pretty good. I think the effects, they're not great, but I do kind of like the designs. And I couldn't really tell if what I was watching was either CGI, a model, or stop motion. I feel like there is some stop motion, but it's probably CGI. I'm probably just really dumb. So they find out that this virus is a Death Head's virus. It was developed by Arnim Zola, and it was something that Hitler wanted to use as a doomsday device to, I guess, wipe out the world towards maybe the end of the war. And that's what Hydra made. And Fury goes to Berlin, and the daughter von Strucker disguises herself as a agent or something, and who just kind of looks like her a little bit. And then fools Nick. So then now Nick kind of has like the virus and he's about to die, but they go back. They kind of like reject orders from S.H.I.E.I.D. and they go like to the to like a New York base where they're about to expose the disease to the world. There's like a fight. There's a fight scene, and that's pretty much it. There's really not a lot to the episode, and also I feel like I have to mention that this has already been done before, where bad guys are trying to spread this disease on cities, and they hold it for ransom. It's been done before in Captain America 2: Death Too Soon, with Christopher Lee's character, Miguel. So, Von Strucker just took the idea from Miguel, from Captain America. Out of all the Marvel TV failed pilots I've reviewed, I've watched, this one is not as good as Captain America 2 or the Incredible Hulk films. It's just on the same level of the Doctor Strange movie. I can't decide though what I think is a little bit better, this or Doctor Strange. I'd say I lean towards this because Doctor Strange was a lot more forgettable. And I think David Hasselhoff as Nick Fury is good. It's just that I don't think like the stories were written well enough. And I also do like the actress that plays Von Strucker's daughter. She's played by the same actress that played Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which I actually haven't seen yet. And again, the effects are good, and that's just about it. This is just a pretty mediocre movie, and if I'm like determining if I wish this should have gone on, maybe it would have gone better, maybe it would have gone worse. No one really liked it. It did not amount to anything. And so we're just kind of left with this very mediocre TV pilot that I don't really just care for overall. So, I haven't seen Secret Invasion, and it's probably really good, because Samuel L. Jackson, I think, is a really good Nick Fury. And let's hope this is a better show than what this would have been. So, thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.